statement. I now give the floor to the representative of the Russian Federation.
Спасибо, господин председатель.
Thank you, Mr. President. We are grateful for the substantive briefings on the work of the UN Security Council Committee 1267, 1989, 2253, 1373 and 1540. We would like to express our gratitude to the Norwegian chair of the Security Council Sanctions Committee 1267, 1989, 2253 on ISIL and Al-Qaeda and her skillful leadership of the committee. We commend the work of this committee. We believe it is one of the most effective Security Council mechanisms in the counter-terrorism area. We deem it of primary importance to effectively implement the UN Security Council resolutions on counter-terrorism sanctions regime concerning ISIL and Al-Qaeda. The Afghan wing of ISIL is one of the main factors destabilizing the situation in the country. An additional danger is posed by their expanding ideological, propaganda and recruitment activity with the smart use of ICTs. We view the ongoing presence in the country of the group as a threat to states of Central Asia. The growth in the number of terrorist attacks using suicide bombers shows that the group does have human resources available. We underscore the need to continue to focus on the issue of foreign terrorist fighters, individuals on counter-terrorism sanctions lists, in order to prevent and curb their criminal activity. We support the effective work of the monitoring team, whose reports are an important part of the work of the committee. We urge member states to closely cooperate with experts. Nonetheless, we trust that the reports of the monitoring team will be as objective as possible and will rely solely on credible sources of information. We believe an important factor in the work to be country visits of the monitoring team. Nonetheless, we trust that the priority will be visits to countries engaged in armed resistance to international terrorism and states directly dealing with a terrorist phenomena. Mr. President, we'd also like to express our gratitude to the Tunisian chairmanship of the Counterterrorism Committee for the effective leadership of this body. We understand how difficult this was during the COVID pandemic. The committee successfully adapted and continued to carry out its important role of assessing implementation by states of the relevant Security Council resolutions. We thank the Counterterrorism Executive Directorate for preparing the global surveys of the implementation of the Security Council resolutions 1373 and 1624. In the light of the pandemic-related restrictions, temporary procedures are in place for conducting hybrid visits. This means that some meetings are conducted virtually. We trust there will be a gradual return to the committee's normal way of working. We welcome the resumption of CTC in-person meetings. We hope there will be more active involvement of CTED in addressing organizational matters. It would be good in future to avoid frequent postponements of meetings and documents being sent for approval by members of the committee at the last minute. A good example in terms of organization was the joint special meeting of the CTC and the Security Council Sanctions Committee on ISIL and Al-Qaeda on terrorism financing that took place on the 18th of November this year. We note the high-quality expert support to the committee provided by CTED. CTED continues to play a significant role in tackling varied challenges facing the committee and the entire Security Council in countering terrorism. It's important that CTED maintain its status as a political mission and also its exclusive remit to assess efforts of states to combat terrorism. I'd like to thank Ms. Michelle Connix for her fruitful work as the Executive Director. So we're also grateful to the Mexican chairmanship of 1373. We are pleased with the implementation of this, which remains the only universal international instrument in the area of non-proliferation. This is 1540, which binds all countries to create effective national control systems to prevent WMDs, their delivery systems, associated material falling into the hands of non-state entities. Achieving this and implementing this resolution fully by all states is our shared aim. The role of coordinator of global efforts in this area should be played by the 1540 Committee. A priority of its work is still to provide technical assistance to countries in implementing the provisions of this document when dealing with the relevant requests. We deem it extremely important for Security Council Resolution 1540 to remain an instrument of cooperation in the area of non-proliferation. Given the gradual return in the UN to working in person, we trust there will be a significant uptick in the committee's work in this area, and in particular carrying out soon the comprehensive review of the implementation of 1540 that was in fact due to take place in 2020. Thank you.
Je remercie le...
I would like to thank the representative of the Russian Federation for his